everyone, I've got a little Easter craft for you today. I'm going to attempt to make a little bunny suit for my Bratz doll. This can be adapted to fit any doll, so if you follow the instructions, I'll try and make them universal to fit any doll. You will need a piece of fabric, a scrap of contrasting fabric. This is going to be the white bit for the chest. You'll need a little white pom-pom, or you can have a pink one, you can have whatever colour pom-pom you like, but I got this bag of pom-poms for about £1 from my local craft shop, so I'm just going to use a white one. You'll need a piece of Velcro, you'll need your hot glue gun, you'll need a needle and thread and some scissors, and also your doll. As I say, I've chosen a Bratz doll. Now your piece of fabric needs to measure from your doll's neck to its ankles twice. So my piece of fabric is this long, and I've just folded it in half, and that measures perfectly from her neck, as you can see, down to her ankle. And it needs to be as wide as her from wrist to wrist. So this you can adapt this to any doll. So it needs to be as wide as wrist to wrist, or thereabouts. And I've chosen this fleece fabric because it can be trimmed and it won't fray. So I haven't got to finish off all the edges. It won't fray, so it'll be fine. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out the arm. That's going to be the top seam of her arm, so we haven't got to sew that. So I'm going to cut across underneath her arm. Make sure you leave enough fabric so that it'll wrap around her arm and that you can sew it closed. So we need to do that on each side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do it on one side, and then I'm going to fold the fabric in half and cut it the other way. So that's cut up to there, and then we need to go around here and down her leg, but we need to again make sure you've got plenty of room for your sewing. I'm going to cut like the shape of her, up and around, and this can be, you know, that can be done on whatever size your doll is. I need to cut a slit for the inside of her leg. I'm not going to cut all the way up to the top of her legs. I'm going to cut to about 1 inch below the top of her legs. So you don't need to cut it in a V, just a line will do. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. But to do that, I'm just going to fold this in half. So just make it a little bit easier. Fold your fabric in half and line it up. And then just cut it to match the other side. Go into the armpit, that could be the armpit there. It's not cutting very easily. And then up the side of her leg and up to the over her hips and back to the armpit again, the other side. These scissors are a bit pants really, and they're quite new scissors to be honest. There we are. So now I can discard that piece of material, and this is what we're left with. Now what we need to do is make a hole for her head to go in. I'm going to make the front of it a V-neck so that her neck will fit in there okay, but you don't go mad and make a huge one. It does only need to be tiny. So if we cut a little slit here like this, and then we're going to cut a little triangle out of that side and a little triangle out of the other side. At the back, we're going to cut down almost to where the leg slit is, but not all the way, because this is where we're going to attach the Velcro when we're finished. So just cut down just the back bit, not the front, just to that and then we can pop her in it just there when we're finished. So now we need to turn it inside out, and we need to get our sewing head on. So here we are inside out, and now we're going to sew across the sleeve and right down the side to the bottom. Then we're going to sew this V in between her legs, and then we're going to sew up the other side and across the other sleeve. So let's get sewing. Okay, so I'm back. I've done my sewing. It was no 5-minute job, but you could always do it on a sewing machine. I've done it by hand, and so I've sewed under the arm to the armpit, and then from the armpit down across where her waist and hips will be, down to the bottom of the leg. I've done that on both sides, and then I've sewn up the V in where her leg seams are going to be and down the other side. So it's all sewn up now, and now all I need to do is turn it the right way out. So get it turned the right way out. This is another one of my off-the-cuff tutorials, so I hope it works. I've never actually done it before, so yes, we're about to find out. So here we are. Here's a little suit. So let's see if we can actually fit her in it, shall we? We should do, shouldn't we? So remember, we cut the back there, not right to the bottom, but about 1/2 inch from the bottom. So pop her in. Yeah, she'll go in there fine. You don't need to worry about her not fitting in. She's fitting in there fine. Right, so we've got her in. Now what I need to do is attach some Velcro. And what I'm going to do is just attach a little tiny bit of Velcro at the top here. And I'm going to do that with my glue gun. So I'm now actually going to take her out of it again. Now I know that it fits her. And I'm going to just attach a tiny bit of Velcro at the top there on each side to close it with my glue gun. And also at the bottom here, I'm going to attach my pom-pom. I'll get my pom-pom ready. I'm going to use that little white one. So out you come again, Megan. Right, so here's my Velcro, and what I've got is the two pieces of the two different sides of Velcro, and they're taped together. And I'm just going to cut a little slither from the top there like that. We don't need a lot. And I'm going to put the glue on the Velcro and then glue it onto the top of the back of her little bunny suit. So get a piece of paper so we don't get hot glue everywhere. And on the back of the Velcro, just put a little blob of glue. You have to be careful with this. Children, you must do this with adult supervision. In fact, get an adult to do it for you. It's not something that children should be doing, because it is, hot glue guns hurt. They do. It's dangerous. So there's the glue on there. So I'm going to now pop that onto the top of there. So one on the outside of the garment. So that's that on. That's gone on fine, look, just there. And then the other piece of Velcro needs to go on the other side, but on the inside of it, not the outside. So that's going to be glued on just inside there like that. So pop the glue on again. Try not to glue the glue to yourself. So I've just glued that into there like that, so we've got the fastening sorted now. Like so. And then the tail I'm going to put just right at the bottom here. So for the pom-pom, just a little blob of glue on the pom-pom there. and I'm just going to stick it just where it comes to the bottom of the slit. There we are. Try not to actually glue them outfit shut. Yeah. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put the little bit around here, the little bib bit for the bunny suit. So this is where you need your little scrap of fabric. Depends on the size of your doll, doesn't it? But measure roughly how big you want your little piece of bib to be. And cut your fabric into a rectangle so it's roughly the length and width that you want it to be. So I'm going to cut mine into a rectangle. There we are. And then I'm just going to fold it in half like this, right sides together. I'm going to round it off at the bottom. I'm going to leave the top straight across, but I'm going to round this corner here. Just with my scissors, I'm just going to cut that corner off. Cut around it so it's a round shape. There we are. So we're left with like a U shape, if you like, and then I'm going to you can either glue it or you can sew that on. I think I'm going to glue mine on. So on the back of it, get your glue. And spread it around. Remember, children, do this with adult supervision. In fact, get an adult to do it for you. Children shouldn't use hot glue guns. It's very, very dangerous, and it hurts when you get hot glue on you. I know that from experience. Right, so there's my popped on some glue and just spread it around a bit, and then I'm just going to very carefully position it and glue it into place. If it was going to be something that she was going to wear all the time and wear all year round, or that a child was going to wear, then I would sew it on, but it's not. It's for a doll. She's only going to wear it because it's Easter, and so I've just popped that on with a bit of glue. So there we are. Let's try that on her. Also, of course, this could be, if you'd done it in a different fabric, it could be a dog costume, it could be a bedtime onesie. It's quite a simple thing to make, and it's quite versatile. You could do a lot of things with it, couldn't you? It doesn't have to be an Easter bunny outfit, does it? So we'll do it up at the back there. And that fits her really well, I think. She's got room for her shoes to go on, so I need to find her some shoes. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let her borrow. This is my Shopkins Rainbow Kate's headband. So she's going to borrow that. Her and Rainbow Kate are friends, so Rainbow Kate doesn't mind if she borrows it. And this, I'm borrowing this one because it's bunny ears, and as she's been an Easter bunny, I thought that would be the best kind of headband for her to borrow. So she's got Rainbow Kate's headband on. You can use any headband. I'm sure you could perhaps borrow one of Sasha's headbands if she's got a bunny one, seeing as she is Bunny Boo. And then I'm going to see if I can find her some little bunny slippers as well. Let me see if I can find her some bunny slippers. So I've found her the perfect slippers. A pair of little pink, they're not actually bunnies, but they look woolly. That's the main thing, isn't it? Okay, so we've got our Head Games Megan in her little bunny outfit with her little bunny tail. How cute is that tail? Very cute. She's got her little fluffy slippers on, and I'm just going to finish her off by making her a pair of little bunny earrings. So I've got one of my little earring wires here, and I've got two little tiny bunny beads. See those? Really cute. With a little, they've got a hole right through the centre, so you literally thread the wire through the bead, and then you give it a bit of a wiggle, make sure it's all curly, and just pop it in her ear. It's as simple as that. So there she is. There we go. So that's just a little quick and easy Easter bunny outfit for your doll. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.